Okay, I want to talk about three words that were used in your lab, or that a lot of people used in your lab. And this is the phase change lab that I'm referring to. Okay, so let's talk about boiling. So when we talk about boiling, we need to talk about pressure. Okay, so we have atmospheric pressure, which is pressure from the atmosphere that it is exerting on the liquid. So what happens during boiling is that we have bubbles that form, and the bubbles form because there is enough pressure within the bubble to overcome the forces of the liquid that are pushing on this bubble. This bubble will rise to the surface, and when it does that, it'll pop. So we get blup, 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 and all these will pop at the surface. Now, if the atmospheric pressure is too great, these bubbles cannot escape the surface. So what has to happen is that the vapor pressure has to be greater than the atmospheric pressure. When that happens, then a substance can boil. And the normal boiling point occurs at 1 atmosphere pressure, which is sea level. So the boiling point is directly tied to the pressure. So the normal boiling point is at 1 atmosphere, but we can make it depending on what that pressure is. But boiling is when the vapor pressure is greater than the atmospheric pressure, so those bubbles can rise to the surface. Okay, now evaporation is when we have particles at the surface of a liquid. So here's my liquid. Some of these particles have enough kinetic energy that they can escape the surface of the liquid. So this occurs at the surface. Okay, so some of these particles are going to have enough kinetic energy that they can escape the surface of the liquid. And this occurs at the surface, and this there are no stipulations as far as what the temperature is or what the pressure is. This just naturally occurs anytime, because at any point in time, some of these particles may have enough kinetic energy that they can escape off that surface and turn into a gas. Now, vaporization is the actual phase change that occurs between a liquid and a gas. Okay, so boiling has to do with pressure. When the vapor pressure is greater than the atmospheric pressure, evaporation can occur all of the time, and it's only at the surface. Vaporization occurs throughout the fluid, and vaporization happens when we have reached the normal boiling point. Okay, so that is the actual phase change that's going to occur between the liquid and the gas. Hopefully that kind of clears up that confusion.